The deepest wounds are invisible, not the cuts of a blade, nor the bruises of a fall, but the betrayal of trust. When a friend you believed in turns against you, when a partner, once devoted, walks away without explanation, when a confidant exposes your secrets to the world, betrayal doesn't just hurt, it shakes the very ground beneath you. It makes you question your judgment, your worth, and sometimes even your will to trust again. But betrayal is not new. It's not unique to you. It's part of the human story. And the Stoics, those ancient masters of resilience, faced betrayal in forms far darker than most of us will ever encounter. Marcus Aurelius was betrayed by close allies in his court. Seneca, once an advisor to Nero, was betrayed by the emperor himself. Epictetus, born a slave, knew firsthand the cruelty of those who misused trust and loyalty. Yet none of them allowed betrayal to break them. Instead, they transformed betrayal into wisdom. They learned to see treachery not as a life-ending wound, but as an opportunity for clarity, strength, and virtue. That's what this video is about. How the Stoics handled betrayal, and how their timeless wisdom can help you handle the betrayals in your life. But before we begin, take a moment to subscribe to Stoicism Mastermind. This channel is dedicated to bringing you the strategies, insights, and daily practices of the Stoics, tools you can use to master your emotions, overcome obstacles, and live with unshakable strength. Join us so you don't just hear about Stoicism, you live it. Why does betrayal cut so deeply? Why does it hurt more than the insult of a stranger or the opposition of an enemy? The answer is trust. When we trust, we lower our guard. We allow someone into our circle of safety. We believe their word, we share our hearts, we build on the foundation of loyalty. Betrayal is not just the breaking of trust. It is the collapse of an entire world we thought was secure. Marcus Aurelius understood this pain, but he also offered a radical reminder. Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. At first glance, this might sound impossible. How can we not feel harmed when someone stabs us in the back? But Marcus wasn't denying the sting of betrayal. He was teaching us that the real harm is not in the act, but in our interpretation of it. When someone betrays you, what has actually happened? A promise was broken, a mask fell off. Someone revealed themselves for who they truly are. The event itself, as painful as it is, does not define you. What defines you is your response. This is the heart of Stoicism. You can't control what others do, but you can always control what you do next. Think about it. Betrayal exposes the character of the betrayer, not the worth of the betrayed. If someone you trusted lies, cheats, or deceives, they have revealed their weakness, not yours. They have shown their lack of virtue, not your lack of value. The Stoics teach us that betrayal, in its harshest form, is a test. It asks, will you let someone else's corruption infect your soul? Or will you rise above and protect your inner fortress of calm and virtue? And here lies the first lesson. Betrayal is an external event. Painful, yes, but powerless, unless we give it permission to rule our minds. No one understood betrayal more than Epictetus. Born a slave, he lived at the mercy of a master who often mistreated him. Imagine living each day knowing that your very life and dignity could be violated by the one who claimed to own you. Epictetus knew the bitterness of broken trust, not from friends, but from the very society he lived in. And yet, when he gained his freedom and became a teacher of philosophy, he taught a lesson that cuts to the heart of betrayal. If someone speaks badly of you, do not defend yourself, but say, "He does not know my other faults, else he would not have mentioned only these." In other words, when others harm you, slander you, or betray you, remember, their words and actions are about them, not about you. Their betrayal reveals their lack of virtue, not your weakness. Epictetus believed that we cannot control whether others are loyal, kind, or trustworthy. We can only control whether we ourselves remain loyal, kind, and trustworthy. If you allow someone's betrayal to poison your heart with bitterness, then they have succeeded in doing more than betraying you. They have changed you. And the Stoics would never allow that. So, how does Epictetus guide us to deal with betrayal? Accept human nature. People are flawed. To expect perfection is to set yourself up for pain. Don't be surprised. If someone betrays you, see it as them acting according to their nature. Remain virtuous. Their disloyalty does not give you permission to abandon your principles. Release control. You cannot control who betrays you, but you can control whether you betray yourself. Betrayal hurts because we expect others to live up to our standards. But Epictetus reminds us, the only life we truly govern is our own. Where Epictetus gives us clarity, Seneca gives us healing. Seneca once wrote, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality." This truth applies perfectly to betrayal. The act itself may last a moment, but in our minds, we replay it endlessly. We relive the sting of words spoken, the silence of abandonment, the knife in the back. We feed the wound until it grows larger than life. But here is Seneca's lesson. Betrayal itself is not what destroys us. It is our refusal to let it go. Forgiveness, for the Stoics, was not about excusing the betrayer. It was about freeing yourself. To forgive is not to say, "It was okay." It is to say, "You no longer control me." When you hold on to anger, resentment, or hatred, you remain chained to the betrayer. You keep carrying them inside your mind long after they've walked away. But when you forgive, when you let go, you shatter those chains. Seneca would argue that forgiveness is an act of strength, not weakness, because anyone can hate, anyone can hold a grudge. But to release bitterness and remain at peace, that takes true mastery of the soul. Think about it this way. When you forgive, you are not excusing the betrayer, you are choosing freedom. The Stoics gave us a roadmap for what to do next, once the betrayal is done and the wound is there. Acceptance. It happened. You cannot undo it. Pretending it didn't happen or wishing it were different only prolongs the pain. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Reflection. What does this betrayal teach you about human nature? Seneca advised us to expect flaws, to understand that men act according to their weaknesses. Betrayal is not an anomaly. It is part of life. Virtue first. The Stoics believe that your character is the only true possession you have. Betrayal tests whether you will remain just, disciplined, and wise, or whether you will let resentment corrupt you. Remember Marcus's words, "The best revenge is to be unlike your enemy." Let go grudges are heavy. To carry them is to allow the betrayer to live rent-free in your soul. Letting go does not mean forgetting. It means refusing to let bitterness rule your days. This is how the Stoics turned betrayal into fuel for strength. They refused to let another person's corruption dictate their peace of mind. Betrayal will come. It may arrive quietly, in whispered lies, or loudly, in open abandonment. But no matter how it comes, it will test you. The Stoics remind us, betrayal is not about you. It is about the betrayer. What defines you is not what was done to you, but how you respond. So choose to respond with clarity, with calm, with strength. Choose to remain unbroken, even when trust is broken. Because in the end, betrayal is not the end. It is the beginning of a stronger, wiser, freer you. If this message speaks to you, don't forget to subscribe to Stoicism Mastermind. Each week we bring you the wisdom of the Stoics to face life's greatest challenges, sharpen your mind, and build unshakable inner peace. Don't just endure betrayal. Transform it into strength.